say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Every year we gather in May to honor and pay our respects to the officers who made the ultimate sacrifice in protecting our city. There will never be enough words or hugs to adequately compensate the families, survivors, and friends of these officers. It is our duty to live up to our promise to never forget these officers, their families, the survivors, for all of the sacrifices they have made.
(2020) Law Enforcement Memorial Video. Officer Alexander Ross. End of watch, March 17, 1931. In the early morning hours of March 17, 1931, Alexander Ross was on patrol when he saw two men leave a gas station at the corner of Higgins and South 4th without paying for gas. Officer Ross went to a nearby bakery to call for backup. Officer Ross was able to apprehend the two men and place them under arrest. The men were later identified as Eddie Kernahan, an accomplice by the last name of Keene. As Officer Ross was escorting the men to the police department, Kernahan suddenly drew a gun and shot Officer Ross. Other officers located Kernahan 2 blocks away near the Pinwell Hotel, which is now the Montaigne Apartments, where he was hiding under a car. Kernahan died in an exchange of gunfire. His partner, Keene, was located at another hotel and taken into custody. He was later turned over to Helena authorities for prosecution on multiple offenses. Officer Ross died from his wounds at the Thornton Hospital in Missoula. He was 60 years old and survived by his wife and 4 children. He had served with the Missoula Police Department for 10 years. Sergeant Don Gregory. End of watch, January 27, 1976. In the early morning hours of January 27, 1976, a male came to the police department to report a disturbance with shots fired at a home near the intersection of Howell and Home Street. The complainant advised that the suspect was still in the house with a shotgun, and a female had locked herself and her baby inside the bathroom. Sergeant Don Gregory and Officer Tom Wivel arrived on the scene at approximately 2:48 a.m. Officer Wivel went downstairs in the residence armed with his shotgun. He found the suspect still holding his weapon. As he attempted to take the man into custody, Officer Wivel's shotgun discharged, striking Sergeant Gregory and killing him instantly. Officer Wivel had not been aware that Sergeant Gregory had followed him down the stairs. Sergeant Don Gregory had been with the Missoula Police Department for 8 years. Sergeant Gregory's granddaughter, having only heard stories of her grandfather, has performed the national anthem several times at the annual Missoula Law Enforcement Memorial Service. It helps her to feel connected to a man she never met. Officer Stephen LePlane. End of watch, November 5, 1982. On November 5, 1982, at 2:45 a.m., Missoula police officer Stephen LePlane died in the line of duty. Officer LePlane was westbound on Broadway when a drunk driver struck his patrol car broadside at the intersection with Mullen Road. The collision ejected Officer LePlane from his patrol car. First responders found him slumped against a vehicle in a car lot at the corner. He was pronounced dead soon after the collision. The driver of the other vehicle received serious injuries but survived. Prosecutors charged him with negligent homicide that same day. Officer LePlane joined the Missoula Police Department on September 16, 1979. He was proud to be a police officer and to follow in the footsteps of his brother, Clifford. He attended Franklin School and graduated from Hellgate High School in 1968. Officer LePlane was a son, brother, father, husband, and friend. Sergeant Robert J. Heinle, end of watch, February 12, 2010. At approximately 5:55 p.m. on October 21, 1998, Sergeant Bob Heinle responded to a report of forgery in progress at the Western Security Bank branch located at 320 West Broadway. At 5:58 p.m., Sergeant Heinle radioed that he was in foot pursuit across West Broadway. Moments later, a male voice came on the radio stating, "Officer down, he's been shot." Officers from the Missoula Police Department, Missoula County Sheriff's Office, and Montana Highway Patrol immediately converged on the area. Missoula Police Officers Jim Johnson, Leila Hack, and Garen Wade found Sergeant Heinle and immediately began life-saving measures until EMS arrived. Within approximately a half hour, the suspect was located, hiding in the alley behind a nearby tavern. Officers arrested James Martin, who was eventually charged with multiple felony crimes, including attempted homicide of Sergeant Heinle. A jury found Martin guilty of his crimes and he was sentenced to 100 years in prison with no possibility of parole. He is currently serving out his sentence at Montana State Prison. Sergeant Heinle survived his wound, however he was paralyzed from the neck down. He and his wife Lisa went on to spend the next 11 years living life to the fullest. He joined the police department in 1991 and was promoted to sergeant in 1998. On February 12, 2010, retired Sergeant Robert J. Heinle passed away unexpectedly due to complications from his original injury in the line of duty on October 21, 1998. He was 38 years old on that fateful day and passed away 2 days before his 47th birthday.